Good afternoon, well, this is Ivan O'Mara. Hope you guys enjoyed my show I made earlier this morning. Yeah. What are you eating, Ivan? I'm eating the fried rice with cabbage and honey garlic. And after this video, I'm going to take a shower and I have to pick up my medication at the store. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed my show that I made earlier this morning. Yeah, talked about Sky Source, Marvel, DC, all that stuff. Yeah. I heard Kevin Feige has 2 years left on his contract. Yeah. I think Kevin Feige might step down after Avengers. Obviously. So maybe Kevin Feige's goal is to end Marvel on a high note with the Avengers movies, and he hands it over to somebody else, and he steps down as Marvel's president, and he works somewhere else in Hollywood. I told you, if Kevin Feige steps down as Marvel president, he'll find another job elsewhere in Hollywood, right? John Camper talked about that on his show. He said Warner Bros. Might hire Kevin Feige. Yeah, Kevin Feige might go to DC to help run it, or he might even have a higher position in Warner Bros. You never know, right? Yeah. Yeah. You think Kevin Feige will leave Marvel? He might. I didn't know he had 2 years left in his contract, but 2 years is after Secret Wars. So maybe Kevin Feige's goal is to end Marvel on a high note with Avengers movies. He hands it off to somebody else to run Marvel, and hopefully that rebuilds the Marvel universe. Or Disney might extend Kevin Feige, but I highly doubt Kevin Feige will extend his contract with Marvel. I think he might move on. He's been with Marvel for 20 years. As the president, he might step down and move on with something else in his life, right? Yeah. Yeah. And Kevin Feige knows the Marvel brand's in a mess right now. So if Disney wants to extend him, I highly doubt Kevin Feige will accept the contract. Because there's a high chance Warner Bros. Might throw Kevin Feige some money, right? For DC, or maybe running Warner Bros. I don't know. Yeah. They might throw Kevin Feige a lot of money. What if you end up paying the thing in 20 years? If my plan gets fucked and I end up paying the fee in 20 years, Zanus will not happen. Yeah. Or it could happen, but I have to have different actors. John A. and all that will not be my movie. I have to hire different actors. Or I might just do Spider Miles Morales. I don't know. The Great Escape won't happen either because Keanu Reeves will be too old. He'll be like in his 80s. Yeah. Well, the Great Escape can still happen, but all these actors are going to be much older, right? Yeah. So I don't know. Well, I should pay the fee in a good maybe like 5, 6, 7 years. I'll pay the fee. Because I'm going back to welfare. I'm going back to welfare. And what? I'm going back to welfare and what? I'm going to work full time my book. So I'll let the gates know soon. In a good maybe 2 years, 3 years, I'm going to let the gates know. Yeah. I told you, because the gatekeepers are reprobate people, they don't want me being with VJ. They might delay it. Yeah. They might delay the whole process, yeah. Well, Ivan, you have to do this, you have to do that, yeah. Yeah. I remember reading that song "Shake." Just it doesn't matter if you're rich or 50. So it's like I'm scared the gates might delay this until I'm 50, man. They have delayed it till I'm 50. I can still do Zanus, but I'm gonna have to choose different actors because all these hard actors will be too old. Yeah. John May will be in his 50s. Yvonne Joe and all will be in their 50s. They're now a bit old to play the role. Or they can still play the role, but they're a lot older. That's my point, right? I don't know. So I hope this thing doesn't get delayed, obviously, but you can still have them in your movie, but they're you have to have the characters be older, right? It can still happen, but I should pay the fee in the early 2030s, late 2020s. Yeah. But because the gatekeepers are wicked people, obviously, they don't want me getting a young VJ. They want me to get an old VJ. Yeah, hopefully Ivan pays the fee when he's 50. He gets a 50-year-old VJ. But the whole thing is set up whereby even when I'm 50, once I get the going booty, me and VJ will like when in our 30s. It's a setup, obviously. I set the whole thing up. Can't got here. Yeah, even if Ivan pays the fee when he's 50 and VJ is 49, once they get the going beauty, VJ looks like she's 35. She looks younger, yeah. I look like I'm in my 30s. The setup, obviously, I set the thing up, but geez, you got to got here. Yeah. I told you, the gatekeepers, they don't want me being VJ. They don't want me being king. They might delay this until maybe even 15, 20 years. I hope that doesn't happen, but I don't know. But if they delay a thing to 20 years, it's by the time I'm king, they'll be like 88, 90. You know what I'm saying? Now they're old and everything, so it's your fault. You delayed the whole thing, and now I'm king, and you're gonna pass away in a good maybe 10, 15 years. It's your fault. Don't hate them, yeah. And all these guys around the world are older too. So why'd you get my units world? Yeah. Yeah. What'd you get by doing this world? Yeah. But you guys already know when I'll pay the fee. I have the keys, right? You know, obviously, right? Yeah. You know when I'll pay the fee. It's soon. Probably 2029, 2030, I pay the fee. Yeah. It's not far from now, yeah. We're 2025, so in a good maybe 4 or 5 years, I'll be paying the fee. Maybe 7 years, I pay the fee. Yeah. Some sound. But Fiege said in that song, it doesn't matter if you're rich or 50. She said that, so it's like, if I'm king when I'm 50, that means the gate's delayed at like 15 years from now. 17 years from now. In 17 years, I'll be 50. So they delay it to when I'm 50, obviously. What? The Zayn's movie, I don't know. It could still happen, but John and Aiden will be older. They'll be in their 50s. They'll be in their 50s. You can still make the movie, but you have to make some changes whereby the characters are older. Peter Jackson will be really old too. He'll be like in his 80s, man. 85 in 17 years from now. No. Yeah, he'll be in his 80s, Peter, when he directs the movie. He can still direct a movie when he's in his 80s, Peter, but that's why I hope this thing does not get delayed. I should pay the fee soon. Obviously, that way they don't fuck up my plans, right? So you do have that worry they might delay it. Yeah, because the gatekeepers are wicked people, I'm scared they might delay it, obviously. But sometimes I have that thought, man, if I pay the fee when I'm like 45, 48, I'm going to be very, very pissed off because I don't want a fucking 45-year-old Fiege. Should be fucking aging and everything. But the whole thing is set up whereby once Fiege gets a going beauty, we look like we're in our 30s. We have this transformation, we look like we're in our 30s. Even though we're 50, we look like we're in our 30s. 33, 35, whatever it is. Yeah. It's a setup, obviously. I'm a genius. Can't do God here. Stay young forever. Yeah. 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 So the world's envious. Yeah, the world is so envious. They might try to delay me being king 150. That way, Ivan's older and he gets like a 50-year-old Fiege because you want me to get an older, aging Fiege, obviously. But the whole thing is that once I'm with her, obviously, and we get the going beauty, we look, we get the perks and we look younger. We look like we're in our 30s, I don't know, 35. We look younger. Even though Fiege's 50, she looks like she's like 35, 36, 37. She looks younger. I look like I'm 37, 38, 36. It's a setup, obviously. You can't do God here. Yeah, how months over I came here. I'm sorry. All I know is that when I see Fiege, she'll be more mature, obviously. Because I'll be, I don't know, if I'm king when I'm in my 40s, Victoria Justice will look more mature because she's now older. But the whole thing is set up whereby she looks young. So she's like 33, 34, 35 years old. I look like I'm 34, 35 when I'm king. I look younger. It's a setup, obviously. And we stay young forever. We don't age. Whereas you guys are all going to age, man. Don't hate me. I'm saying you're all going to age. Yeah. Raw May Burnett's like pushing 60 now. By the time I'm king, he'll be in the 70s. He's now, yeah, you see him in his videos now. He's now old. John Campbell being in his 60s. All these guys are aging. Yeah, they're getting old, man. Yeah, John Campbell's in his early 50s now. Robin Aberneth's in his late 50s. By the time King, Robin Aberneth will be in his 70s. John Campbell will be in his 60s. They're all aging. Yeah. They're getting old. Oh, hey, yeah. That's why he's settling up. The gatekeepers will be old too when I'm king in their 70s. Yeah, you chose to lock the doors on me. You wouldn't experience the glorious sense of favor of God for over the past 30 years, and now I'm king, and you're now old. You're in your 70s, almost 80, and then you have maybe 10, 15 years left on the earth. And I'm gonna live forever with Fiege on the earth. So what'd you gain by doing this, man? By settling up, you can't do God here, man. You guys are stupid people. Man. Yeah. But I should pay the fee soon, guys. Because I'm going back to welfare. I'm going back to welfare and what? I'm going back to welfare. And I'm going to be full-time on my Zane's book. As this week I'm giving my 2-week notice to the boss. Or maybe next week, maybe. Because I owe the government, I still owe them $376 because I made a mistake. I was paying Revenue Quebec and Revenue Canada, but I owed Revenue Canada, so I sent Revenue Quebec like some money. Well, I didn't owe them money. I owed Revenue Canada money. And they charged me interest. I owe $376. Obviously. Yeah, so what I'll do is like this paycheck for Dinties, I'll put $50 towards paying off Revenue Canada. In my next paycheck, I'll put maybe $100 towards paying it off. That way, in my 2 paychecks, I pay them off, obviously. Yeah. I'm most likely to get my 2-week notice this week. I'm gonna get my 2-week notice this week, obviously. Because I'm gonna apply for my health card this week. Health card's cheap. It's only like $25 for a health card, so I can apply for my health card. I'll apply the health card place tomorrow. I was gonna go today, but I have to pick up my medication, obviously at the pharmacy. So tomorrow I'll go to the mall and I'll apply for my health card, obviously. So this week I'm gonna give my 2-week notice to the Coco 40 boss. I can work for you this week and next week, and after that I'm done. I'm done, man. Yeah. Obviously. He's like, why? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going back to welfare. I have more important things in my life I want to work on. I have to finish my Zane's book. I have to what? Yeah. I also got to lose this weight, man. Obviously, and work on my mental health. Yeah. Because working out releases endorphins. It helps you with mental health, obviously. Anxiety, mental health, obviously. And so I'm going to get that membership with the pool place. I'm going to swim 1 hour every day, 7 days a week. And I'll lose weight. I also got to watch on what I eat. Stop going to the store and getting junk food. Yeah. Eat healthier food. So I do think Kevin Feige will. Yeah, I predicted in my video, Kevin Feige could step down after his 2-year contract is up for Marvel. Or they might extend him, but I highly doubt Kevin Feige will resign with Marvel. I think he's done. Okay, I built the thing for 20 plus years. I think Kevin Feige's goal is just to end it off with a high note with the Avengers movies, and hopefully that sets the foundation for phases 6 and 7, right? And he steps down as president of Marvel, and he moves on with his career to another studio in Hollywood. And another studio will easily pick up Kevin Feige in Hollywood. He'll probably be getting a lot of offers in Hollywood, Kevin Feige, in the studios. Yeah. Because Kevin Feige's big, man. Warner Bros. Might grab Kevin Feige. He might work for them. He might have an Alan Horn position in Warner Bros. Or he might go into DC, maybe. I don't know. Kevin Feige might go into DC as I predicted, right? As I mentioned in my videos. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Or he might stay with Marvel. But I highly doubt Kevin Feige will stay with Marvel. Because Marvel's in a mess right now. He's been with them for too long, and I think he just wants to end it off on a high note with the Avengers movies. And after that, he's done. Okay, I ended off on a high note with the Avengers movies. They made $1 billion+. Now I'm gonna have someone else take over, and hopefully this rejuvenates the brand. But I think after the Avengers movies, Kevin Feige's done, man. He might step down as president of Marvel and move on to other green pastures in Hollywood. You know. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Kevin Feige might have an Alan Horn position. The position that Alan Horn had at Disney, Kevin Feige might have that position at Warner Bros. Maybe overseeing James Gunn and Peter Safran for DC. He might have that position, Kevin Feige, maybe, right, for Warner Bros. And Warner Bros. Will be throwing him a truckload of money, a lot of money, big contracts, obviously, right? Kevin Feige. Yeah. So you think Kevin Feige might jump ship? Yeah, Kevin Feige might jump ship from the mess that Marvel's in and jump to DC, because DC's in a better position than Marvel right now. Kevin Feige's in a messy position in Marvel. So I think his goal, okay, before I finish up my contract at Marvel, perhaps, ended on a high note with your 2 Avengers movies. They made money, and hopefully the next president that comes in, he can now fix the mess that I made, obviously, right? Because Kevin Feige is responsible for the mess of Marvel in Phases 4 and 5. And that's why I think he wants to end it off on a high note and get the hell out of there and jump ship to maybe DC and Warner Bros. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I don't know. Because DC's in a much better position than Marvel right now. Marvel's in a mess. Marvel's in a mess right now. They're in a mess. They're in a mess right now, Marvel, right? Yeah. So do you think Kevin Feige knows he messed up? Yeah, he's not stupid. I think Kevin Feige knows he's in too deep right now with Marvel. He's in too deep. It's in a mess. I think his goal might be, okay, before my 2-year contract, because I didn't know he had 2 years left on his contract until I saw John Campion's show. So Kevin Feige, his goal might be, okay, before I leave, I end the Marvel Universe on a high note with the 2 Avengers movies. That way they're hits, obviously, and we tell a good story. And the new president that comes in, if he steps down, he can now rebuild the Marvel, and I'm out of here, man. Marvel's a mess. I'm fucking out of here. I might go to Warner Bros. And maybe help build that DCU, James Gunn's DCU. Because Warner Bros. Might tell Kevin Feige, okay, we want you to have what a superior position to James Gunn and Peter Safran. You oversee, you're the boss over those guys, and I want you to help build this thing like you did for Marvel. Obviously, and Kevin Feige's not stupid. He knows DC's in a better position than his Marvel because they're in the rebuilding stage. They're starting fresh, whereas Marvel, they're in a deep mess right now. So I think Kevin Feige might jump ship and get the hell out of Disney's Marvel, and maybe move to DC maybe or Warner Bros. And oversee the DC thing, maybe. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying it could happen, right? I'll not be shocked you get the news Kevin Feige is hired by Warner Bros. Because once Kevin Feige's contract's over with, Warner Bros. Might be throwing him offers, and Disney might try to extend Kevin Feige. And Kevin Feige's like, sorry guys, man, I'm jumping ship for Marvel. It's in a mess right now. I'd rather go to DC. It's in a much better position than my Marvel universe. I fucked up, man. You fucked up, Kevin Feige. He knows he fucked up. He's not stupid. He fucked up. As Phase 4 and 5 are not working, obviously. Phase 4 and 5 are not working for Kevin Feige, right? Yeah. John Cat Robin has that's a good point. If Kevin Feige has 2 years left in his contract, it would make sense that before he leaves, he wants to end the Marvel Universe on a high note with the successes of Avengers 5 and 6. That way, the next president of Marvel, if he steps down, I'm not saying Kevin Feige is going to step down, but if he steps down, the next president that comes in, they're in a much better position to rebuilding the MCU. And Kevin Feige, he jumps ship and he gets the hell out of that Marvel mess, and he works for maybe Warner Bros. And he works on the DC thing, and he might build that thing and make it huge, like he did for his original Marvel movies. You never know, that might happen, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it could happen. You never know. But now that I know that Kevin Feige has 2 years left in his contract, I think once his 2 years are up, he's done with Marvel. He's jumping ship. He's not stupid. Kevin Feige knows his Marvel brand's in a mess. And he fucked up. I think he wants to just end it on a high note and get the fuck out of there. Yeah, I don't want to fix this. It's too much of a mess. Just end it on a high note with the 2 Avengers movies. And that way we have a good foundation, a good rebuild for Marvel, and then the next guy that comes in, he can hopefully build the MCU from the successes of the 2 Avengers movies. But I'm out of here, man. And Warner Bros. Might be throwing Kevin Feige a truckload of money, and he might work for James Gunn's DC. You never know, right? You think Kevin Feige can take James Gunn and Peter Safran's position? I highly doubt that, but he might be an overseer like Alan Horn was for Kevin Feige at Disney. Warner Bros. Might have Kevin Feige run like a movie division, run the entire film division of Warner Bros., and he oversees James Gunn's DCU. You never know, right? Yeah. You might have a thing where James Gunn and Peter Safran answer to Kevin Feige at Warner Bros. You never know. That could happen, right? I'm not saying it will, but it could happen. Because Kevin Feige's not stupid. He knows DC's in a much better position than his Marvel. His Marvel franchise I don't mean to be rude. It's in a mess right now, man. As Rob Ravenette said in his video, right? It's in a mess. It's in a mess right now, man. The Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Kevin Feige knows it. That's why he brought back the same guys to hopefully end it on a high note if he leaves Marvel, obviously. Because Kevin Feige doesn't want to leave Marvel when it's in a mess. He wants to leave Marvel when it's now in a better position. So the 2 Avengers movies made a lot of money. The fans love the story. His 2-year contract's up. Okay, I'm done. The 2 Avengers movies made money. The fans love the story. Now the next president who comes in, they can now build from the success of the 2 Avengers movies. But I'm out of here. I fucked up. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is kind of in a mess. I'm out of here. And Warner Bros. Will be throwing him a lot of offers too. But chances are Disney will be throwing Kevin Feige a lot of offers too to extend them. But if Warner Bros. Throws Kevin Feige offers, he's going to ditch Marvel for DC, man, from Warner Bros. Because DC's in a much better position than his Marvel universe right now. And no offense, there's higher potential for DC success than Marvel, as the DC universe is more interesting than Marvel when you read the comics. It's more interesting than Marvel, I'm saying. It's more interesting, yeah. John's Ivan, that's a good point, yeah. Robin Johns are Ivan, that's a good point, yeah, that's a good point. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'll pick up my meds later. I don't know, around like 7, 8 o'clock, I'll pick up my meds. At nighttime at 8 o'clock, I'll pick up my meds. I have to get my meds, obviously, right? After this, I'm going to take a nice hot shower and I'll enjoy showing you guys. I might finish Andor tonight, maybe. I have 3 episodes left and I'm done Andor Season 2. Andor Season 2 is an amazing show. Yeah. Yeah. I don't believe that will happen. I don't believe Kevin Feige will leave Marvel. Well, he has 2 years left on his contract, according to John Campia's show. I didn't know that. I thought he had maybe 3, 4, 5 years left on his contract. I didn't know he had 2 years left on his contract. Okay, if he has 2 years left in his contract, it makes sense. He wants to end. Yeah, okay, if Kevin Feige has 2 years left in his contract, by the time the Avengers movies are done, his contract will be up. So I think Kevin Feige's goal is obviously to resurrect the Marvel brand back to its previous days. Obviously, before he leaves, if he leaves, he wants to end it on a high note. Leave the next president in a better position. But Kevin Feige's not stupid. He knows he fucked up. He knows his Marvel brand's in a mess. And if Warner Bros. Throws him a bowl of money to help run that the DC universe, he's gonna ditch Marvel for DC. Because DC's in a much better position than Marvel. Marvel's in a mess right now. Yeah. Marvel's in a mess, and Marvel, you have something called superhero fatigue for Marvel. It's been going on for 20 plus years. And phases 1, 2, and 3 were so good, and once they went to the multiverse and all that stuff, and Kevin Feige got rid of his checks and balances, it went downhill, obviously. Now, obviously, the fans have a Marvel superhero fatigue. The fans are not really resonating with Marvel. They're kind of tired of Marvel. Whereas the DC thing is brand new and it's fresh. Do not be surprised when Kevin Feige's 2 years are up, Warner Bros. Might be throwing him a truckload of money. Yeah, Kevin Feige, come work for us. Yeah. Just like they grabbed Alan Horn. Warner Bros. Grabbed Alan Horn from DC or from Disney. Alan Horn's not working for Warner Bros. They might grab Kevin Feige and have him work for Warner Bros. Too. And oversee the DC thing, obviously. With James Gunn, they might do that. And they'll throw him a lot of money. And Kevin Feige will guarantee leave Disney to work for Warner Bros. Because DC's in a much better position than his Marvel. His Marvel's in a mess. And Kevin Feige knows he fucked up. As his Marvel brand's in a complete mess right now. Hence why he has 2 years left. After that, he might hang up the please. Yeah, I'm done. And Disney might throw Kevin Feige a lot of money to run Marvel. Kevin Feige might decline and say, no, I'm going to Warner Bros. I'm going to help run James Gunn's DCU thing. I'm done with Marvel. Man, Marvel's kind of in a mess right now. He's not stupid. If Warner Bros. Offers Kevin Feige a lot of money, and Disney offers Kevin Feige money to extend him, Kevin Feige is he's getting the fuck out of Marvel. Disney's Marvel. He's gonna go to Warner Bros. Guaranteed. Because DC's in a much better position than his Marvel brand right now. Marvel's is back its rebuilding stage. It's in a mess right now. It's not doing too good right now, right? So Sarah? John Cameron, I agree with that. That's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point, obviously. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe he might extend with Disney. I highly doubt it, though. I think after the 2 Avengers movies, Kevin Feige's done. He's not going to stay with Marvel. He's done. Or Kevin Feige might run Lucasfilm. Because Kathleen Kennedy's hanging up the cleats soon too. She's leaving the Lucasfilm. Kevin Feige, Disney might offer Kevin Feige the job to run Star Wars maybe. Yeah, but I think Kevin Feige is in a better position to help run DC than run Star Wars. Kevin Feige is a Star Wars guy, but he doesn't know that much about Star Wars. But he's a comic book guy. He knows about Marvel. He knows about DC. He's better off being in Warner Bros. Helping run the DC thing than running Star Wars. That's my point, right? But Disney might offer him the Star Wars job, maybe. Kathleen Kennedy's old position. They might offer him the present position of Star Wars. But Star Wars is also kind of in a mess right now too. So I think Kevin Feige would like, no, guys, I don't want to try to fix your Star Wars mess. I'd rather go to Warner Bros. and help run the DC thing. The DC thing is fresh. It's in a very good position right now. I'd rather help run that at Warner Bros. than run your Star Wars or your Marvel. I fucked up. Marvel's kind of in a mess right now. I just want to leave it on a high note for the next president, but I'm not gonna extend my contract with you guys. I'm jumping ship to Warner Bros. Perhaps. Yeah. But Disney might be desperate. Okay, Kevin Feige, we can have you run the Star Wars division, the Star Wars brand. He's like, no, because Star Wars is kind of in the same position as Marvel. Star Wars is also in a mess right now too. It's in a bad position, Star Wars. Yeah. So yeah, fuck Disney. I'm going to Warner Bros. He might ditch Disney and go to Warner Bros. Kevin Feige after his contract's up, or he might extend with Disney for Marvel, but I highly doubt it. I think after his 2 years are up, Kevin Feige's done at Marvel. I don't think he's gonna stay at Marvel. Yeah. He has 2 years left in his contract, which means 2027. His contract is up. He's done, and that's when Avengers: Secret Wars comes out. I think after that, Kevin Feige is done. He's gonna step down as president of Marvel. He's gonna jump ship and work somewhere else. Most likely Warner Bros. With DC, right? Most likely, right? That's my prediction, anyways. Yeah. Samsara? Yeah. So, why do you think Mike DeLuca and like David Zaslav? You think they're gonna throw Kevin Feige offers when his contract's up? Guaranteed they will. They're gonna throw him a lot of money. Yeah, Kevin Feige, come work for us at Warner Bros. We can use someone like you. You help build the successful MCU. We want you to help build this DC thing and make it huge. Yeah. Have him be the head of the movie division or something like that. And he oversees the movie division. He also oversees the DCU thing. And what? He's James Gunn and Peter Safran's boss. And he helps build that thing, obviously, to success and glory, obviously, like he did for Marvel. For the first few phases, obviously. Samsara? I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying there is a possibility that can happen. Do not be surprised in a couple years from now you get the news Kevin Feige has a position at Warner Bros. And he's overseeing DC. I will not be surprised if we get that news. Yeah, it's going to be very weird because Kevin Feige was with Disney's Marvel for like, I don't know, 20 plus years? About 20 years. Since 2008. Yeah, about 19, 18, 20 years. He was with Marvel. Kevin Feige. I'm sorry. I told you, because Disney loves Kevin Feige, they might become desperate. They'll throw him a lot of money too. They'll tell Kevin Feige, okay, we'll have guys come in and help you and everything. And Kevin Feige is like, nah, guys. I'm leaving. I'm done with Marvel. I'm moving on. I want to do something else. Because he's not stupid. He knows it's tough to fix the mess that he created. Kevin Feige created a mess with Phases 4 and 5. It's tough to fix that with a multiverse. He's not stupid. Okay, guys, I ended off on a high note with Avengers. You guys made your money. I'm out of here, man. I can't fix the mess that I created. I'm moving on to different greener pastures in Hollywood. And you might end up in Warner Bros. with James Gunn's DC. You never know, right? See what happens, obviously. You know. Yeah. But Disney has bigger pockets than Warner Bros. Disney can easily pay Kevin Feige more money than the one Warner Bros. Can pay him, obviously. Because chances are, once Kevin Feige's contract is over with, Disney will be throwing Kevin Feige a lot of money to extend him, or they might tell him to step down. I don't know, but Kevin Feige will guarantee tell Disney, "Yeah, guys, I'm done." Like, even though Phases 4 and 5 were not that great, I ended it off with Avengers 5 and 6. It made its $1 billion+. This is a good foundation for the next president to step in and build upon. But I'm out of here. Yeah. That's what. So I was right. Kevin Feige's goal is obviously to resurrect the brand back to its core, resurrect the brand back. But he knows that the Marvel brand's kind of in a mess right now. So just try to have a foundation to resurrect the brand back. But once his 2 year contract is up, he's out of there. He's out of Marvel's Disney. He might go to Warner Bros. And help run James Gunn's DC. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Yeah. And Warner Bros. Will be throwing him a lot of money, man. A truckload of money. A lot of money, yeah. I'm sorry. Or maybe another company, maybe Universal, maybe Netflix, maybe Sony. Sony might throw Kevin Feige. I don't know. We'll see where he ends up in a couple of years from now, right? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right. Before you said if the MCU goes downhill after Avengers, it's not good for Kevin Feige. Yeah, but I didn't know that Kevin Feige had 2 years left on his contract. I thought he had maybe 5 years left on his contract, but he has 2 years left on his contract. So I think after the Avengers movies are done, Kevin Feige's done, man. He's gonna step down. He's gonna tell Disney, "I'm done, guys. I worked at Marvel for, I don't know, almost 20 years. I'm done." Because I think Kevin Feige's not stupid. He knows he fucked up. Don't hate Kevin Feige. He knows he fucked up. He knows the Marvel brand's in a mess. I think he wants to just end it off on a high note and get the fuck out of there. Because it's in a mess situation right now. Yeah. He wants to jump ship, end it off on a high note, and jump ship and get the fuck out of there. Because Marvel's in a mess situation right now. That's what I think, right? Yeah. as all the Marvel movies are flopping. Fantastic Four, we're looking at another flop. Fantastic Four will be lucky to hit $500 million, maybe $600 million at the box office. Yeah. Obviously. You think Fantastic Four will beat Superman in the box office? No, it won't. Superman has a more popular IP than Fantastic Four. I think it'll do pretty good, maybe $600 million, $550 million, but it will not be a $1 billion hit. Fantastic Four. It will not be a hit. If it makes $600 million, it might be. It's like break even point, right? Yeah. Fantastic Four. But I saw the trailers. It looks pretty good, but I'm not super hyped for Fantastic Four. Right? I'm way more hyped watching Superman than I am Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is just one of those movies. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I'll watch it, but I'm not like super hyped for it as I am Superman. Right? That's my point. Yeah. Shut this camera, guys. See me part 2.